Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. So a couple of days ago, I did an intro to a video where I took the piss out of the fact that we just had the trailer for the new Sonic film, or as I like to call it, the ungodly child, blue child of Satan. And whoever put the edit together for the trailer decided the most appropriate piece of music to go alongside it for this alleged kids movie, and I'll get back to this in a moment, was Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. What? And it just made me laugh. It just made me laugh uproariously. It really did. But before I go into this video, I need to start off with something. I need to start off with challenging what could be said, because I imagine there might be some people that say, Az, you're an old bastard. I am. That is true. You've got me there. And Sonic the Hedgehog, this movie, is for kids. So this isn't meant for you. This is just meant for children, not old giffers like you go back to shouting to kids on your lawn. Wrong. I don't think this film's for kids at all. And I'll tell you why. Twofold. Number one, first of all, small one. Not me, ladies. You tell me that Sonic the Hedgehog in 2019 is relevant to kids. You tell me that. If you say yes, it is, you're talking out your ass. Sonic the Hedgehog is not relevant to kids in 2019 whatsoever. Sonic the Hedgehog hasn't been relevant for a long, long time. And I'd say that Sonic was probably most relevant 20 years ago in around 1999. That's, you know, the 90s was when Sonic the Hedgehog was at its absolute peak, and it was very relevant in the gaming world then. I think this Sonic the Hedgehog movie is really in an attempt to pull in the nostalgia crowd. And there is evidence to support this. Number one, 90s icon, which I've just gone into. Number two, Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. Gangsta's Paradise. That's why they used the music. Because again, that's another 1990s piece of music that will get people. Right? Number three, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was at his absolute peak in the 1990s. You can't deny that. Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, Batman Forever. What was the one? The Cable Guy. It's quite an underrated film, The Cable Guy. It's pretty dark and it's pretty decent, actually. Got a lot of crap in its day. But Jim Carrey was in 1990. That's when he was at his peak, in the 1990s. So you got a 1990s gaming icon with a 1990s song, and then you've got a huge actor in Jim Carrey who was at his peak in the 1990s. So I think this is genuinely trying to appeal to the nostalgia crowd. And if you are genuinely trying to appeal to the nostalgia crowd, even if you're gift wrapping this up as a kid's movie, then it's still got to appeal to both demographics. Now, what this is, I have no idea. Because this sure as hell ain't Sonic the Hedgehog. This is an experiment where somebody took, I don't know, an SJW's wig, I don't know, and some animal, I'm not exactly sure which animal, it could be a badger for all I know, and tried to genetically match it with human DNA. And that's what you got here. Look at those teeth! It scares the shit out of me. Scares the shit out of me. And so when the trailer came out, it obviously came out and it just got panned to hell. Now, first of all, not just on the look of Sonic, but the trailer, it doesn't look up to much. Now, people might have a bit of a giggle with Jim Carrey. I personally found it very cringy. You know, it was like Jim Carrey trying to do a set from the 1990s. And it was just like, that would have been funny 20 years ago. But you've already heard this stuff from Jim Carrey before, so So I know some people are saying, it's typical Jim Carrey, and if you like that, fair enough. I personally thought it was like too cringy, and 2 decades too late. But I couldn't finish the trailer. I really could not finish the trailer. It was just so bad. Now, I did go back yesterday or the day before and watch it in its entirety because I knew that I was going to end up making a video about Sonic. However, as what normally happens when something horrendous comes out, the internet gets hard at work to try and fix it. So some people on the internet actually use Photoshop or whatever and tweaked and changed the look of Sonic and came up with some much better looking models than we have here. Now I've just shrunk myself down a little so you can see the full horror of everything that's going on around me. And if you were to look at the two and say which one's the one from the movie, I mean, logic would dictate you'd go this one, because this is the one that looks like Sonic. This looks like a man in a fancy dress outfit. But you'd be wrong. This is the Sonic from the Sonic movie. And this one here is somebody who's tweaked it. They've made the legs better. They've made the hands much bigger. The eyes 10 times better. Made the head bigger. So it kind of goes with the proportion of what Sonic is like in the actual games itself. And this looks 10 times better than this horrendous. It's just awful. This horrendous thing that we have here. Here is another example where somebody has taken that scene where Sonic got caught cracking one out by James Marsden. Same scene, but here, look, they've fixed the teeth. So they've given him tombstone teeth, much bigger, far fewer in the mouth, looks more cartoony and caricature-y. Much bigger eyes. Sonic has huge eyes. Much bigger. Not these squinty little things that he's got in this. Huge eyes, which look great. And the little, bridge which links them together as well. This just looks far better. So you could be, or you'd be perfectly within your rights to ask yourself the question, how did they come up with the original design for this movie? How is it so different from the Sonic which people have grown up with and loved throughout the years in some various stages? I got a Sonic thing over there. I'm going to get it right now. Here we go. I actually bought the collector's edition for Sonic Mania because I just loved the little plaggy statue of Sonic. Look, huge eyes. You got the little gap there, as I've been talking about. Look at these massively oversized shoes. We'll get to that in a moment. And he's actually wearing gloves. These aren't fur. These are white gloves. But I just love the way that it mounted it on a Sega Genesis, Sega Mega Drive, as we used to call it here in the UK. And that's my little cutesy boy. So why would they come up with the design? Now, I'm sure that some of it is for artistic reasons. An amount can be attributed to artistic reasons. Not saying that artistic vision is any good, because it's horrible. But I think there's also another reason, which I'll show you right now. Hey, I'm up here now. Sorry, I'm jumping all around the place for this video, but it's necessary. Look here at this image, right? This is old man Demon's spindly legs, and he's wearing a regular sized looking normal trainer. And if you look closely, if you look at the tongue of the trainer, you can see Puma. This is product placement. That is one reason why Sonic's feet are regular sized and regularly proportioned. Because they want to show off the product of the trainer exactly as it should be. Because if they made it oversized and cartoony, as he should have, as we've already seen, then the people at Puma would be like, well, it doesn't show our product off in the correct light, does it? We want it to be seen in all its glory because we're giving you money. So that is one reason why his feet are most likely regular size, because they can get this regular trainer on. But criticism has been heard, and although on the first day There seemed to be a bit of a backlash, not just by Coolio, who was copyright striking everything. It wasn't Coolio's fault, it was the record label's fault. I'm having a joke with Coolio. And also, whichever Universal, whoever's making the movie, was also whacking copyright strikes on any, quite a lot anyway, of critical videos of the Sonic trailer. But things seem to have calmed down now. Sorry, I'm back down here again now. All over the place. Jeff Fowler tweeted this out. And Jeff Fowler is the director of the movie. And he tweeted out, "Thank you for the support." I don't think there was a lot, but never mind. "And the criticism." I think there was a lot more of that. "The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen." Well done, Jeff. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. Hashtag Sonic movie. Hashtag gotta fix fast. Now, the movie isn't scheduled to release until Boxing Day of this year, 26th of December of this year. And with it just being the beginning of May, there is time. There is time. Yes, they're going to have to get hard at work. Is it going to be ultimately worth it? I don't know. I don't know. I see this movie being an absolute flop. But, you know, who knows? Maybe Jim Carrey is incredibly funny in it. You never, you know, and it's just going to be worth a look for his just insane antics. You never know. But it's really refreshing. Instead of attacking the fans, Star Wars, Marvel Comics, sorry, gaming industry. I'm sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. Fucking years and years and years of cynicism. But it's refreshing to see Jeff say, you know, thank you for the support and criticism. The message is loud and clear. He's not gift wrapping it. You aren't happy with the design and you want change. It's going to happen. It's wonderful to see that. So kudos to Jeff Fowler. It'd be interesting to see how much of a tweak is made. Because, to be honest with you, I don't think it's just the face. Like I said, put the gloves on him. Put the white gloves on him. Put the oversized. Even if you keep the Puma trainer, just make them bigger. Make them bigger. Make them oversized. And that way, your product placement remains intact. And it also allows the character to be a little bit more as it should be. So I think that's a positive. It's all been taken by the looks of it in good faith, as intended. I don't think anyone has been like screaming and shouting. They've just been looking and going, what is this ungodly blue demon which is gracing this movie? But the only thing I can say, and I can say very positively indeed, they absolutely nailed Knuckles.